At a time when Britain's reputation internationally is arguably at an all-time low, you might hope you could rely on the royal family to represent us in a dignified way. I mean, it is after all their only job. They get to be rich beyond imagining and live in palaces, and really all we ask in return is that as ambassadors for Britain, they uphold themselves with a degree of common decency. It doesn't seem like too much to ask, does it? Unfortunately, they're not all up to the task. There's arguably no public figure in this country as loathsome and dishonourable as Prince Andrew. Even before all the Epstein stuff came out, he was largely just a figure of ridicule, a libidinous plonker of very little use to anybody. All that was required of him was to put his military uniform on and turn up at the odd public ceremony, but even that seemed too much to expect of this witless inbred. Gradually all the Epstein stuff came out, Prince Andrew faced accusations and made the incredibly stupid decision to be interviewed on Newsnight by anorexic, leather-skinned, hard-left harpy Emily Maitlis, where he makes an even bigger pillock of himself than anyone could have thought possible, claiming that the photo of him pictured with the then 17-year-old Giuffre was fake and that her claims were unreliable, as she described him as sweaty, when he is in fact, he insists, medically incapable of sweating. Also, he claimed the accusations couldn't possibly be true because when Giuffre claimed that he was with her, he was actually at a Pizza Express in Woking with his daughter. Well, that's cleared all that up then, hasn't it? After making a ridiculous twant of himself on the BBC, he was stripped of his military titles. Then he paid 8 million quid of the Queen's money to Giuffre so that he wouldn't have to face criminal proceedings in a court of law. As if Andy hadn't got himself into enough trouble, he decided to embroil himself with some Chinese spies. In 2024, we found out he was best buddies with Yang Tengbo, a suspected Chinese spy operating amongst the highest echelons of the British establishment. And just in case you didn't hate him enough already, turns out Andy's not paid rent on his royal lodge since 2003. There's people who work a 6-day week just to scrape together rent on a 1-bedroom ex-council flat next to a train track, but Randy Andy's living in a 30-room, Grade 2 listed house in Windsor Park for absolutely nothing. I bet the tosser doesn't even pay council tax. He's now been forced to give up his royal titles before they were taken off him by King Sausage Fingers. Apparently he's been banned from Sandringham this Christmas as well. Sickeningly, of course, he'll be absolutely fine. I mean, anybody else would be in prison by now if they'd lived the life he has. But when you're royalty, you can be as much of a miscreant as you like. No consequences. Makes you proud to be British. Hey, great news. I'm bringing my live stand-up show to Newcastle on the 29th of October and London on the 11th of January. Ticket links beneath this video.